Yo, so I just did I didn't do a video, a stream, and we were discussing some of the topic that we're going to be talking about today. And I believe that the lockdowns have, and I want to be clear about this, I think that they've exposed a lot of different people of a lot of different political affiliations, philosophies, or principles, if you have them, if they have them, if you can say that they have them. And it's exposed them in terms of what their actual end game and what their approach is. But today I wanted to talk about specifically people on the left and how people that disagree with them politically, it seems like wishing physical harm upon them is, dare I say, a norm. And it's so odd when you consider like who they want to advocate that they have this pain sort of inflicted upon them or this death wished upon them. Rand Paul, who you know as one of the more liberty-minded Congress folk, and there was a hearing, was that a day or two ago, when he was told Fauci basically that he wasn't the end all, and he's not, by the way. I mean, you don't hold the entire country hostage for anybody, you don't know him, but that's all he said. And even Fauci somewhat agreed with him, because he said that he wasn't an economist. He didn't understand that wasn't anything that he was trying to give advice on. It was just strictly from a medical scientific standpoint. So he's right in that regards. But some of the reaction that I've seen has been sort of alarming and coming from blue check marks. All you have to do, search in Twitter the terms Rand Paul's neighbor. Now, for those that don't know, there was a situation in which there was a physical altercation where the neighbor attacked Rand Paul and left him severely injured. And you have folks like this guy, this Tony guy, who says he's still team Rand Paul's neighbor. Have 15,000 people that like, and you just see all these different people, some of which have blue check marks, right? This chick, whenever we all Rand Paul's next door neighbor, all of this, like, it's just so bizarre that they would go there. And I said, funny enough, and I'm going to go to this tweet here in a little bit. I've talked about this before, but certainly in regards to this, I said they want you dead. This is why I specifically say that you are wasting your time trying to go out of your way to coalition build with these types, because they want you dead ultimately, especially if you are any sort of liberty-minded sort of person. But that Tony guy, ironically enough, I was having a conversation with about this very thing, because I retweeted, and you can see here. I said, they want you dead. I said again, they want you dead. I have no idea why should have said Brainlits, want to coalition build or try to appeal to these types. He responded to the actual tweet, by the way, and he said, but he deleted him afterwards, which I thought was bizarre, because the first tweet that he said, he said something about me saying that the virus was a hoax. Never have I ever stated that. And I said, quote me on that. And I said, take all the time that you need. Deleted the tweet. And there was another portion, which I don't like, another tweet that he had deleted, where he was saying that, I may have to go to my own tweets in response. Where is it at? Yeah, he deleted it, man. Like, he deleted that post right here. He said that I'm not saying that I want anybody dead. And this is when he deleted the tweets after I asked him this question. I said, so tell me why exactly. What makes you team Rand Paul's neighbor? Rand Paul's neighbor is not this notable guy in terms of, him as an individual. He's only known for one thing, assaulting or attacking, rather, Rand Paul and severely injuring him. That's it. So out of response to his simply saying, hey, you're not the end all, Fauci, you got people saying, including blue check marks, they want their team, Rand Paul's neighbor. So I asked, What does that mean? What exactly are you trying to say right here and suggesting that your team Rand Paul's neighbor, because he said he wasn't, wishing death or wanting anybody dead. And that's when he deleted the tweet. He said one thing. I asked him to clarify what he meant. I said, why? Because, I asked, why are you team Rand Paul's neighbor? And what did he say? He said something, because I responded. I said, so you're not going to clarify, is it because you support his death or him being severely injured? Yeah, because he said, I'm not going to clarify to some Blaze TV podcaster or something like that. Now I remember that's what he said. I said, so you're not going to clarify? Is it because you support his death or him being severely injured? And I wish they just straight up say that. Look, here's the reality of the situation. These guys, I know this whole situation. Hashtags. And it puts people under the impression that they give a damn about other people. Like they care about other people and their health and their well-being. No, they don't. Let's not front. This whole situation has been used as a means to control people, their livelihoods, unfortunately. And in the event that someone's against that sort of idea, such as shutting the economy, 33 million people, I believe, in counting, have been put out of work. You have that many, hold on, 33, by the way, 33 million. I can't remember what, I think it was like 10 million when I did the video earlier on. Now it's at 33 million. 33 million people have been put out of work. Their livelihoods are in danger, under question. People's businesses are not bouncing. Some businesses are not bouncing back from this. They've shut down for good. And they make it seem like they're doing all of this to save lives and they care about people. And then here comes someone, so again, more liberty-minded. He's not necessarily me, obviously, in terms of a libertarian, but he's more liberty. He's one of the more liberty-minded congressmen, if you can say that. And just because he's on the opposite side of this in terms of the Fauci thing, in terms of opening the economy, they want him injured, or they are team person that injured him. And then you got people that tweeted like, "Hey man, the neighbor should have been finishing the job," or something like that. Like that says a lot about them and where they're at with it, and where they're at with you being, disagreeing with them. And this is why there's a guy that I remember responded to me in a tweet where I said that they want you dead. And he was like, well, you want us dead. I said, who is us? The left. I said, no, I don't want you dead. I want you out of my way. They're different things. These guys, for whatever reason, well, I know for what reason, they want to control you. I talk about this as an example with the ease. Why is the ease of restrictions such a thing that they're in opposition of? Why? Just think about that. Why are they in such opposition to ease of restrictions? Well, because it halts their ability to control entire geographical areas and populations. Ease of restrictions doesn't mean that they themselves have to leave. I have to reiterate, talk about this on the reason why it matters. It does not mean that they have to stop, let's say, quarantining themselves or sheltering in place. They can still do that. They just can't force other individuals to do that otherwise don't want to, and they get to assume whatever risk that they want to assume. Sort of what we've been doing throughout life long before this virus existed, because believe it or not, it's not the only virus to exist. It's also not the only virus that you can spread to other people. That you may be completely asymptomatic, but if the wrong or the right person, depending on how you define it, gets it, you may get severely, or they may get severely injured. It's not a new thing. It's a risk that is assumed. But they want you dead. I cannot stress that enough. They want you, all right, severely injured at minimum, these types. All because a congressman said, you're not the end all. And he's not. There's nothing. And like, it's like Rand Paul's not one of the more like arrogant in terms of people that are public speakers, let's say. There's those types that are very like sort of in your face. Rand Paul's not that guy. He's a freaking teddy bear, man. So of all people, they want that guy hurt. Tells you all that you need to know about these types. The lockdown was never about saving. They don't give a damn about, definitely if you are a political adversary, they don't give a damn about saving lives. That's not what this is about. This is about signaling and control. This is why when you say, I've said this before, I've even done videos on this. I say, the lockdowns, I'm against them. And a dude would say, I hope you or your family member gets it. What? It doesn't sound like that means. I mean, granted, who knows? I maybe already had it. But you see what I mean? Like that sort of idea is basically saying, I'm not on the same side as you, therefore you want me dead or severely hurt or sick or something like that. And it's like, come on, man. That's because they never truly cared about other people's well-being, which is why they could wish harm or death upon other people in the event that they disagree politically. This whole damn thing was used as a means to control and unfortunately signal for some people, because ultimately they don't really give a damn about, because they act like there's no such thing as like, you know, deaths of despair. They act like that's not even a thing, right? 30 million people have been put out of work and they act like there's no economic or even medical, more so, kickback for that. Unbelievable. And here I am. Get some folks, definitely, you know, maybe party libertarian folk, which, you know, I'm not a member of the Libertarian Party, but there are folks that are with the members of the party, not all of them, who have a lot of issues with me in terms of how I go about doing things and how I always rag on the left and stuff. And they say, well, you can't bring people to the philosophy because of the way that I approach them. And I'm like, you know, why am I going to sit up here and try to go out my way to build coalitions, see eye to eye with people that ultimately want me dead, and also have absolutely never offended. Yeah, so they've tried to offend me, but they've never defended people that are on the opposite side. What have you ever heard a mainstream progressive come to the defense of a libertarian?